Before you begin this page, you should have listened to the story, The Enormous Turnip. When you're ready, I'm going to ask you some questions about the story. If you're having a hard time remembering, you can always pause this video, go back and re-listen to the story, and then return. First of all, please write your name and number at the top of the page. You should be working on page 233. I'm going to ask you some questions about the characters in the story and the order in which they came to help the farmer. First, I would like you to please circle the picture of the character who came to help when the grandfather called. Which character came to help when the grandfather called for help? Please circle their picture. Next, I would like you to please circle the picture of the person who came to help when the granddaughter called. Who came to help when the granddaughter called? Circle that character's picture. Finally, in the space next to the cat, I would like you to please draw up the picture of who came to help the very last. Who helped the very last in the story to pull the turnip up from the ground? Draw that picture here. Pause the video until you're finished. Then we'll begin working on the back page together. Please turn your page and flip your packet. We're going to work on page 234 together, continuing work on the enormous turnip. Put your finger on number 1. I'd like you to think back to the story. Think about how the story would have been different if no one had been around to help the farmer pull up the big turnip. Draw a picture for number 1 to show how the story would have been different if no one came to help the farmer pull up the big turnip from the ground. Then, on number 2, you're going to draw a picture to show how the story would have been different if the turnip was not very big at all. How would the story have been different if the turnip was really small instead? Go ahead and complete number 1 and number 2. I'll say those directions for you one more time. Number 1, I'd like you to please draw a picture of how the story would have been different if no one had come to help the farmer pull the enormous turnip out of the ground. Would the farmer have been able to do it by himself? Would he have given up? Would he have tried to dig around the turnip instead? Share your thoughts for number 1 in a drawing. Then, for number 2, draw a picture to show how the story would have been different if the turnip was not very big at all. When the farmer came to pull it up, what would have happened? Once you're finished, you're done with your reading activity for the day.